Children, and I think from a 10-year-old's perspective, this is on the left is her how she was scared, and on her right is her positive of how she thought about it. Nobody asked her, nobody gave her any cues on this. She just came up with this herself. She took it to the Islam way and Muhammad Ali Jinnah's way. You know, and I think this is very insightful of her at the stage like this. My question for today's workshop was, so what does she do? How do you assess this child? There's no standard testing, right?
Very good.
What do you say? इसको A मिलेगा, इसको B मिलेगा, इसको क्या कर रहे हैं? Is she going to college? Will she make it?
Definitely.
But what is the concrete evidence that we can give to that?
Yardstick actually. What is the yardstick to make it better?
What is it? We'll try to come up with some answers to it. Every time we give parents this portfolio, when you click on this, the video starts playing and the parents can see their children demonstrating in the classroom. It's very simple. It's a PowerPoint presentation. You have if you see the drop menus, you can attach a hyperlink. Hyperlink is very easy to attach. You just throw it in the folder and it is attached over there. The children are part of learning about the children are part of these portfolios. So ICT becomes a big part of the learning process, and the children learn all these things, how to make a PowerPoint presentation. And I learned it from them. I really didn't know how to make or do these hyperlinks and all this. A child taught me. Miss Aisha, just make a folder, do this, do that. Okay, got it. Thank you. If you were at my meeting yesterday, you would see I was a complete mess with ICT. Today I'm faring a little better. So, parents get to see the concrete evidence. It's right there. Their child is speaking, and the child is speaking with a lot of confidence. Okay? This is just telling people where we were, the parents where we were in the project. This was their final day, how they went off to FM. Sar says it was incredibly rewarding to see the faces on the looks on everybody's faces. I showed in the video yesterday also that there's a meeting time every morning when they meet, and when you have clear objectives for the children, and you can do this, believe me, you have curriculums. That's the biggest bone of contention that we're having right now, right? That we're teaching to the curriculum. Well, then the curriculum is in front of you. Make the children part of their learning. Say, you know what, XYZ students are, Aisha, Atiya, this month we have to cover this in mathematics. And you, especially you brought up differentiation. You now have different ability groups in the class. Why don't you tell them what their target is, so that if anybody's already reached that target, they can come up to you and say, sir, we've reached this target, can you take us to the next level? Yeah? So make them a part of, so what they do in the meeting time is, they discuss what is expected of them that week and that day. And then they decide how they're going to, how they're going to prioritize their time. They do get some time when we call it completely child-led, that the child has to lead its own learning process. So we do give a little bit of time to the child to do a child-led session, but they don't pick to sit on the internet, and they don't pick to sit with their feet up. They actually pick up something really constructive to do. My daughter, people look at me and they laugh. They say, did you give birth to a nerd? Because she'll say things like, Mama, I'll just finish my homework at school, because I have, this time when I'm doing something. Or, Mama, I'll do my research at school. There's a place where she goes for tennis lessons. And before and after the tennis lessons, she's constantly reading newspapers or doing some kind of research, because the school has created this ethos where we say that, go ahead, go think for yourself. Every morning, grade 7 reads newspapers. I said this yesterday also. Every day, grade 7 is asked to open the newspaper, but not read it blindly. Read it with a focus. So every day we say either look at something in terms of women's rights, look at labor, look at the floods, or something. What are they doing when they're reading the newspaper? They're reading, and this I'm talking about 7th grade. The texts are different in different mediums. There's there's newspaper, there's books, there's all different things written, and reading becomes a big part of it. They don't have to read a novel in order to understand grammar and text, right? So they do that. They take initiative, and once you start teaching this to the children, they will take initiative.
Actually, it's the urge to learn.
Yes, it is the urge, and that is when I say it's the ethos of your school, and that can be created by you. It doesn't have to, we're trying to go against that. We're talking about that anthill, right? And we're saying that top to bottom, we want to finish that, and we want to take it from the bottom up. But we'll only take it from the bottom up if we start practicing those things ourselves and waiting for X, Y, and Z to do it first, because so what, you'll perhaps get a slap on your wrist. Do talk, I'm not saying complete anarchy, I'm saying talk to your coordinators. You do have people that are open to discussion. Speak to them and say, I have this new idea and I really think it's going to work. Or I went to, because my whole objective today is to keep everything in perspective of this conference. We came here to learn something. Let's learn it and then apply it, because that's how my mind now just thinks, because TNS is not just about acquiring and gathering information, it's about applying that knowledge that you've gained. So it's things like this, meeting time in the morning, little objectives that the children can have, take ownership and be part of the learning. Then we go into subject areas, and in subject areas, you will see that this could be recipe for a great day out. She did everything. I was telling that table, the project at that level is the backdrop. It's not the forefront like it is in the early years. But over here, the backdrop is the project, so they can think of all kinds of things in context with the project. Again, this is a discussion that the children are having. We ask them, they're discussing Matilda, but they're doing it, but the teacher is not part of this, as you can see. We're letting the children have the discussion on Matilda, because only they can then teach us which level they're thinking at. If we keep directing it and say, no, but think about this, they have some really interesting insights over here. Read what she's written. I use descriptive words and try to persuade the other side that they are wrong and I am right. She's got a point of view. The child is being observed constantly, and the teacher will bring it out of that child, because that child will also have a portfolio. Not at that time. We do not disturb the child when they are in that moment at that time. Later on, the teacher will do something, because if you throw in a teacher here, you'll just ruin the dynamics. Did you hear what she said? And did you hear what I said when I started this thing today? I said, let's not talk about the challenges of why we cannot implement the school of tomorrow today. Let's think of the one thing we can change. So I don't want to hear that I don't have the resources, I don't have this, I don't have that. I want to know what you can effectively change. So what did this table come up with? And the other question, part of your question, why can't it happen in the rest of the BSS? It will. As long as you guys are the leaders, make sure that you are making those small changes in your mindset, rather than worrying about the curriculum. Broaden your horizons, then go deep into them and think that why am I doing what I'm doing, right? Instead of saying I have this huge breadth that I need to
Excuse me. I wanted to present some scenarios here. I am a grade 11 teacher, chemistry teacher.
Grade 11?
Grade 11 chemistry teacher. My students are preparing for CIEs coming June. Before that, they have to prepare for their mocks, that is complete syllabus, 3 years of studies, all revisioned up by the end of February. It means we have just 3 months more.
We have mid-years.
Because we have mid-years in between that as well. And 2 weeks and all those, etc., etc. In between that, add 2 assessments as well. Meaning we have extra added pressure of completing certain copy work, completing certain written material inside the copies. With that, certain worksheets that have to be given to the students. This is must part that has to be done by the next assessment that is approaching.
Sure.
Now, for me, I am a very naive person. I have a very conservative approach to my class. I go there, I teach what I can in the best way I can. I've been teaching that for the last 100 years. But this system of assessing students in specific criteria, is this a new system or the same system that was implemented 100 years back? So if you want us to implement a new system, preparing projects, let me finish it off. If you want me to prepare a project, an interactive project for that matters in between, means no copy work. Students will be coming because it's a strict BSS policy that students complete their project in class in school. They cannot
I
take that
completely
back.
understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying and I sympathize with you. However, that is not what I asked you to do. I did not ask you to take project-based learning back to your classroom. I asked you what you could do from this conference. And that's when I was saying you have a very robust sort of a curriculum you're saying and you don't have time. However, you all heard it. We've said it 4 times here. The gaps. And the gaps don't have to be in a classroom. The gaps can be in your games lesson. The game, like I said, not single sports teachers here at this conference. Give them value. Find it. You're doing chemistry. Chemistry has a lot to do with dynamics that you can put through in your sports program, your arts program. Talk to your teachers, see how you can do it. You don't have to inundate yourself just with the copy checking and all that. You're saying you're traditional. But if you start looking at these things and thinking in a different way, you will have already started that change.
What I'm trying to
So
say
and
here
it should happen slowly then, and slowly it will go up and it will have a trickle down effect.
Excuse me, ma'am, what I'm trying to say here is, it's not just me. Every teacher has their own set of criteria that they have to meet by 22nd of November. That is the final deadline for before the syllabus of the second assessment has to be completed.
Along with
No.
enough copy work.
Along with
I
the
just want to add something to it. What I do not understand is why are lessons and projects differentiated?
No, I'm not saying that differentiated, but my point
We're
here
having
is,
a little bit of a healthy discussion
No.
and I want this to continue. Go ahead.
yes,
Yeah, but the thing is, we don't. Why do we always think of project as something very fancy, fun, running around outside the class stalls, and project can be simply go inside the class.
No,
And,
Salman, what he's trying to say also, he has a part. His management, I think
It's a
he's trying to
practical
say,
problem.
his management wants him to do a certain thing by a certain period.
Relevant
And one
practical
important
problem.
part is missing, that is
Can I
Cambridge.
just ask, there's a lady
For
over
senior
there, she
section
wants, she's had her hand raised for a while, go ahead.
He's teaching grade 11, so am I. And actually project helped me out in this. Like I was running short of time and we were supposed to do article writing, formal letters and a couple of other things, directed writings of various sort. And project actually helped me out. We designed magazines in class. And with one project I managed 6 different directed writings, otherwise it would have taken me 5 weeks.
There we go. There's
Actually,
a very good solution.
I haven't stripped yet the magazine and the copy of it, so nobody objected, neither my admin nor the parents.
So she met all her objectives that she had to meet. So that's one less thing to think about. I'm sure she also had the worksheets to give, and this is why I keep saying I'm not saying that your way is the right way
It
or the
actually
wrong way. I'm
helped
not
me.
here to say that.
Exactly.
It's just finding those gaps in your curriculum to see where you can, because we are all inspired here today. We have to apply this inspiration at some point.
Aisha, in the presence of again Mr. Kasturi here, I must say again the point that I raised in the Crystal Hall as well. The difference of the teachers here is the difference of the heads. The heads, you give freedom to their teachers to take risk. They are at